What's up, you guys? My name is Coach Jacob Cavazzuto, and in this video I'm going to walk you guys through how to properly run the Pro Agility and some top level tips to make sure you succeed at a high level on this drill, especially when you're going to combines and showcases and there's going to be a lot of coaches judging you on your times and your movement. So let's dive into it. I have my Pro Agility set up back here. As we go through this, make sure you pay very close attention to the details of this drill. All right, a lot of coaches have very specific ways to teach this, and running it at camps, coaches are very particular. So what we want to do when we first set up on the Pro Agility is we want to make sure our whole body's square. No coach is going to allow you to get like a little head start here or even have your hips turned partially this way. You're going to make sure your kneecaps, your hips, your chest, and your shoulders are squared up to the coach. Then we're going to drop down in a 3-point stance. Most coaches, again, aren't going to let you guys drop in, just be in a 2-point linebacker stance. You're going to put either your right hand or your left hand. I'm not super picky about this. Right hand right on the line, chest is up. And we want to make sure that we have about 70% of our weight on this left leg, because ultimately we're going to be pushing off to the right first. So if some combines run it differently. Some give you guys the option to go to the left first. Most combines I've been a part of, we've required athletes to run to the right. So that means you're going to put more weight on your left side. Then you're going to push off. Now, biggest thing is your first step, because if you just do your first step and you kind of go right here, you're not covering ground with that first step. So you always want to make sure that you get cover ground with that first step. So you push off that left foot, boom, you cover ground and make sure you explode to the cone. Then from there, you don't want to fully commit your hips, all right? So meaning my hips, if they're completely turned this way, it's going to be very hard to fully turn my hips back this way to get to the next direction. So what you want to do when you do this first leg of the Pro Agility is you want to commit your hips about 75%. So that means my hips are not turned towards the line, they're turned about diagonally. So when I'm taking off on the Pro Agility here, we're here, I'm here. Now I can set myself up and turn before the cones. So with both turns on the Pro Agility, I also focus on turning before the cones. Think of this as like a curb, right? And you're a car. If you turn way too late, you are hitting the curb. So you want to make sure that you turn before the line. That way you're squared up and you could push off to the next direction and set yourself up to accelerate properly the next direction. Okay, so when you're here, you turn before the cone, and then you gotta make sure you touch the line. Most coaches, they're not gonna count your time if you don't touch the line. So that's why I have my 2 cones right here to simulate a painted line. You need to make sure that you drag your hand across this line. I don't want you to plant your hand on this line and think that you're gonna push off the ground really well. You need to push off with your feet, drag the line with your hand. Then coming out of this turn, we're full speed now. Full speed for about the first 5. Then you're gonna start tempering it down just so you guys can plant successfully on this last turn. Okay, I see too many guys who go way too fast for like the first 7 yards back on the second turn of the Pro Agility, and then they have to chop. We don't want to chop, all right? Because the more steps it takes you to do something, the longer it's going to take. So you want to make sure that you can slow yourself down so you can make 2 definitive steps right here at the cone. And again, just like that first turn, you want to make sure that you turn before the curb so you don't hit the curb here. Again, drag against the ground. And then that finish is also super important. You want to make sure that you finish not through these cones. Yes, they stop the timer through at this cone, but you want to make sure that you stop all the way through these cones right here, just so you can get through that timer at the top speed. So whether they use a hand stopwatch or a laser timer, I think this method of running the Pro Agility will help you guys get a better time. The little things, like making sure you cover ground on that first step, making sure that you turn your body before the line so you don't hit the curb, so to speak, and making sure that you manage your speed as you go to that last turn so you don't get stuck in that change of direction and so you don't have to chop. So that's how I would suggest you run the Pro Agility, especially when you practice it. Have those things in mind. If you guys liked this video, hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to Cav Training so you guys can hear more of my tips regarding combine and improving your skills and improving your times at different events. That way you guys can get more recognition from coaches that are trying to recruit you. Hope this helped you guys. Let's get better today. Attention football players, parents, and coaches. If you're a parent who needs help training your kid in the backyard, a first-time coach who needs ideas for training your team, or an athlete who needs guidance in how to boost your performance to the next level, introducing the CAB Training online platform. Our platform is stocked with position-specific drills, speed and agility workouts and programs, nutrition tips, and much, much more. The best drills and knowledge all in one place and one app to guide your football training journey. Click the link in my bio to sign up for our online training.